everyone. Hello, Teresa. Hello, Stephanie. Thanks for catching this live the last night. So I'm super excited, and we're going to be doing just a vase filler in this picture. Did you guys all have a good day today? I actually worked all day today. So I came home and got the inside of this ready. So hello, Stephanie. Hello, Teresa again. So I got this ready in the inside for tonight. So, and let me see. Hello, Melissa. How are you? I'm trying to, let's see. I got super dark. I did get really decent pictures of the swag that we did and the wreath. If you haven't seen them on my page yet, the Driftwood Hill Design page, they're there. So you can see how they turned out. And you guys, okay, totally, I was looking for the package of zip ties. They were on the floor in the path over here in my walking path. I'm not really sure why I didn't see it. And then I found these. And you guys, this is not only for tonight, there was another one for the swag that I forgot to use. So what I did was I videoed myself when I came home from work. I videoed myself, and that video is uploaded. And you can see it. So basically, if you're watching this, watching last night, you saw the swag. I put one of these coming out from the left side of the bow. One of these, the other one over here coming out from the right side of the bow. This went over the bow, or kind of like draping down from the bow, and then this went up at the top, and that's how I used those in there. So doing great. Melissa, have you been able to see your grandchild lately? I know like they're in Texas and you're in Oklahoma, but I was just curious. So all right, my friends, so at holiday time, pictures are a lot of times used as decor. So this one was Target from a few years ago. It's Threshold brand, but I know I've seen like pictures of just like completely like the white Santa with no red for the hat, and just different fun things that you can do. I've seen like gingerbread pictures. So this design will go pretty much with any of that, unless obviously your picture is more of the pinks color, kind of, the new trendy Christmas colors. If you if it's classic, this is going to be perfect classic colors. And you guys know that it's been oh yay, Thanksgiving, they will be back. So our Thanksgiving gets crazy. Our college kid she can come home after practice on Wednesday. She's home for Thanksgiving, and then she turns around and leaves Friday again because they have practice. So it's just, that's the life of when you play college sports, and it's the same thing for the high schooler. They're just getting Thursday off, so we can't go anywhere. Well, we might go somewhere, but it'll just be for the day. All right, so we're gonna go get started. But one thing I did not do with this kit is put in a ribbon. And the reason why I didn't do that is because you have the red ribbon with the white edging that we used yesterday in the swag, if you wanted to. However, that was a 2.5 inch ribbon, and I think it's just a little too wide for the picture here. And we're gonna go ahead and use the 1.5 inch sparkle deluxe ribbon, and this came in the kit with the wreath. So we use that, but I just wanted to show you, you can use any type of ribbon that you wanted to. The green really pops. This one's just a velvet. I'm not even sure where I got that one, to be honest with you. It was online, because anytime I get something online, I try to write the price tag out for that. And then this one was just a cute, simple polka dot with green, and this one was the Craig Bachman warehouse sale where I got that. So we're going to be using this one with the bow, or that came, I should say, with the wreath kit. And I'm just going to set that off on side. Did you guys catch the picture that I posted Monday night after the live? I don't know if you guys could see my big ribbon storage that is over there. And also when I posted pictures of the wreath, you're going to see it's going to look probably different. Well, it should hopefully look different than what you saw on the live, because in person, the design is all along the right side, but I'm hoping in the live, because the camera is flipped, that it showed up all along the left side for you. All right, and then I put that wreath on the front door to take pictures today, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to order a kit for myself because I need to turn this into a double door wreaths, because they are truly like stunning on your front doors. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. And all I did inside here, because again, I have made this where, oops, I gotta turn a little bit. Some people would like to use them, some people don't. If you don't want to use it, you can go ahead. I did painter's tape down at the bottom, but if I was using this not to be able to pull out the filler, I would put duct tape down at the bottom, and then I would put a piece of duct tape on the bottom of this, and then I would do hot glue, and then I would set it in there. But for right now, hello Megan, how are you doing tonight? Thanks for joining us again. And then this, just for tonight, oh, there goes the dog, into the high schooler's room. He's all excited. She's home from practice now. And then I just cut out, this was one of like the tall floral cubes, and I just cut it to size. And so it's in there. And then this is a moss sheet over the top of it. Now, working with a moss sheet, if I am just gonna poke a stem in like this, it's harder, and you're going to have to use scissors to poke this in, or you can use, if you have a steel pick machine, you can go ahead and put steel picks on the end of that. So hello Stephanie, welcome. All right, and then this I'm just like putting down there and just twisting it, and it's in there. You guys, I debated on even if I wanted to put floral foam in there, and then I was like, you know, I better, just in case just in case, although this should be full enough you wouldn't see in there anyway. And if you look, it is about, the floral foam is not there. I've got about, let's see, well, I have about 2 inches. It's about 2 inches below the lip of that, and that's just so I can like not have to worry about the foam coming, or the moss coming over the top. If I was gonna do this for like permanently, I wouldn't have any problem using like regular moss. But if I want to be able to pull this out, because let's say like I don't want it in there one season, then I don't have to worry about moss going everywhere. So just got on. Hi Lena, how are you doing tonight? Oh, you didn't, I was just explaining with the floral foam. That's all I was doing, was explaining how I did that. And I just cut the floral foam to size, and then I stuck it in there. And then if you've got questions, I just did painter's tape at the bottom of this just to give it a little bit of support so I can remove it if I want to. And if it was permanent, I would be hot gluing it into the bottom of that. All right, my friends, we're gonna go ahead and get started with the bow. And my thought for the bow is to have just, I want it to come over on this side. I don't want it over here. It's gonna look funny because, I don't know, to me, it's going to, really from here, it looks like the sheep's ram's horn. So hello, Faye, thanks for catching. I don't know, it looks like going out. It looks like, you know, a ram's horn's going. So I don't want that. So for balance, I'm really just gonna keep it over here. So hopefully it's not going to look like that. And then it's gonna drape over this handle. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. And this is just gonna be a small bow. This one's not gonna be large at all. I'm gonna use the Easy Bow Maker. And I'm gonna put that down here for now. And then we're gonna go. All right, you guys. So I do have one question for you, because so tonight we came home. I was prepping that, just things got really, really busy. And I thawed some ground beef. I didn't do anything with it. We just ran out of time. So I was like, what do you guys do for like quick meals? besides like fast food or just ordering pizza or something? Like what do you do for quick meals? Now I'm going to make this 4 inches, I think. Maybe even a little bit smaller. No, let's go 3. 4 is just going to be too much. So 3 inches. And again, your size of your bow is going to depend on how big your picture is. Doing in Sacramento, which you love. I don't mind listening to the sound of the rain. I just don't like, well, we talked about this the other night. Like if the sun could just shine while it was raining instead of being cloudy. That's, you know, kind of what happens up here in northern Illinois, like Florida, where it seems to just shower and then move on, and then you have the sun. All right. So again, 3-inch loops. That's all I'm doing. So 3 inches on both sides. And this is the deluxe ribbon, which is very thick and sturdy. So it's definitely a little bit harder to kind of manipulate when you make your bows, because it's just not as forgiving as something from Michael's. All right, so I am going to go ahead, and it's just 2 loops, 3 inches on both sides, and then I don't have to worry about that extra tail on this. So hello, Pat, how are you doing tonight? Thanks for catching the live. And as I mentioned before, I am a floral wire girl for my bows. So hello, Sydney. Thanks for catching this. I know some people use zip ties. I'm not a zip tie person. Unless it's what, you know, the only thing that will work. All right. So out of the swag or the wreath, what was your favorite design out of those two? If you've been either saw the pictures or, oops, that's already cut. It's already cut at an angle, so I'm gonna go ahead and just do that. And again, just a simple bow, because I still want, hello, Amy. You're in Florida right now. I'm so jealous, but I hope it's for a good thing, Amy. So, I think your mom lives in Florida, if I remember correctly. So hopefully you're getting to hang out with her. All right, Amy, your wreath collection, your Christmas wreath collection is absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. Sometimes, yes, sometimes that's the best. And I'm just setting it off to the side. All right, so one thing I do love about deluxe ribbon, like I said, there is very sturdy wire, and it just will hold the loops pretty much right in place. So you don't have to worry about it collapsing. All right, and then, let me find the picture. And then, so what I want it just sitting just like this. So the great friend, oh, thank you. So if you have noticed, when I was putting this collection, I'm gonna call it a collection together, I wanted everything to go like together. So you've noticed that I think everything has some like red berries in it, the red ribbon, and obviously greenery because it's Christmas time. But I wanted to just kind of stick with the same color scheme, the same color palette. All right, now for this, I am just gonna trim this down. And, all right, it's gonna go here. And I'm gonna see if I can, all right, so this one will poke through the floral, what did I call that? Sheet, the moss sheet really well. So hello, Debbie. So, the wreath is stunning. Melissa, I don't know, were you on? I said, I'm gonna order a kit. I'm gonna turn that into a double door wreath. So it truly is turned out Are you ready? Here it says, it turned out better than I envisioned. I had an idea, and all I'm doing is poking that straight into the top. So I'll probably end up cutting those, but there we can kind of see just a little bit of a bow coming out. You can do the bow at the end as well. Now with this, you're going to get a tall one, and don't mind this. This is because when I was planning out everything, I was spreading things out, bending it, so I knew where to cut. And then you're going to get 2 of these. Remember, this one is a little bit longer. So if your vase is taller or your pitcher is taller, you can actually keep this one together. But when I was trying to go with height, I decided I'm going to cut this one in 2 pieces. So we're going to do that, and you're going to get 2 of these, and then you're going to get that cedar, and it's real touch to me. So it's very soft feeling cedar. So designs, oh, no problem, Amy, no problem. And it's really nice, and it's the 2 colors. So the kind of like yellow green, and then the blue green down there, the darker green. And so we have that. And then lastly, of course, keeping with our theme, some more red berries. All right, my friends. So does anybody have any ideas for like quick dinners? I do use the crock pot quite a bit, but my family gets me to do tacos a lot. I was going to do sloppy joes, but it's just my husband and I that like sloppy joes. All right, so this one, when I was looking at it, was a natural break. So I'm going to go ahead right here. I'm hoping this is going to work. Oh, you guys, I forgot to tell you. So it really is a really pretty cedar. So my drink, by the way, this is the coolest thing ever. One of the teachers that I work with bought it for me because I was always carrying around my iced coffee. But look, it's a McDonald's Coke, and it's still cold, by the way, full of ice. And that was during my lunch hour. I went and grabbed myself and a couple of the teachers Coke, Diet Coke, and Dr. Pepper. So that is in there. But you guys, the ice, it will stay in here. It's called Frost Buddy. So I'll have ice in here for the next day. So here's the deal. If I'm going to have pop, I am going all out with the calories bad for you. It is just a regular Coca-Cola. So, oh, taco soup. That sounds really good. I'm going to have to remember that. And I never think about soup, and I should, other than baked potato. I'll do that, and then in the crock pot, I'll do like the shredded like chicken noodle soup. I will do that. All right, so now since we have 2 of these, and I want this to be able to sit on like my turntable and in the center of my table. So I want the design looking good from all areas. So, or all sides, I should say. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm putting this in the middle. We're going to see. Nope. So this one, I would either have to put a steel pick on, or I just use my scissors like this, and I will poke a hole right where I want it. And I say that. All right, poke a hole. I am twisting, and that's it. But this is going the middle front, because remember I have 2 of these. So this is going to go here. And this is another thing too. Pine cones you can leave on. If they become in the way, just cut them off. All right. Okay, that's a good height. I was checking the height. I did it earlier, like I said, but I'm like always like, here's the stem. How high am I going? So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on that. And then you got to find where you put the hole again, because now it just covered up, but there it is. All right, I also am going to make these bend over a little bit. Oh, and look at that. Oh, it's just a little bit. Maybe if I twist it, it'll be okay. All right. And then we have our second one. And I'm going to cut this off. All right. You guys, I don't actually, probably really shouldn't say this, being that I'm in education, but I'm not a person that will sit down and read books often. I do. They're mostly like kids' books, so I can, you know, see what the kids are reading. But as far as like adult books, what I will do is just, I listen in the car. So I do Audible. Does anybody have any good book recommendations? I do not like horror. Do not give me, I do not like scary. I do not like anything like that. Honestly, I love historical fiction. So I might have to go get the heavy duty stem cutter for this. We'll see if it's gonna work. Oh, here's a frustrating thing. So I signed up for a pre-sale for a conference or for a concert, right? And I try to like log on, and of course, like I miss my time, but my phone's still spinning there. Shouldn't you be able to like still click and like get tickets, even though like, oh, I'm sorry, you went into the queue. I'm sorry, I was like working at, you know, once I was out of the queue. And I was just like, okay, well, I missed that. And it wouldn't let me in there. I was like, there has to be a better way. Because not everybody can just be sitting at their computer waiting. So needless to say, I'm gonna get concert tickets. It's okay. I didn't need to spend the money anyway. Oh, you guys, guess what I forgot to do? Because I'm so used to just being able to poke. So scissors in there, straight down. And this one is going on the back side of this. Because remember, I do want this to look good all the way around. All right. Now, my original one is the tallest. So I want that. I don't want anything taller than this. So we're going to go ahead and bend. And we're going to go. So it's just looking like that. See, I can see all the comments and I forget that you guys can see. I just really need to look at my computer over here and then I can see that you guys can see this really well. All right. The next thing that we're going to do is the longer cedar stems. And but this one, can you see that? It's actually like variegated just on one stem, the light and the dark needles all on one. So it really just, with that alone, creates some good dimension. All right. Now, so what I'm gonna do is cut. So I just have 3 branches, and these needles are different than what is already in here. You can see that they are longer than the other ones that are in here. So with this, I am placing this in the back. Also, my pine cones are sticking out that way. So because I want the whole design, I don't want the pine cones facing forward. I have some already up here facing forward. Oh boy, what did I forget, guys? What did I forget? Scissors. Scissors, scissors. And so now for this one, I just got glue right there. I gotta pull that off. For this one, where I'm positioning it is, this was the back side of the first one. It's going right in front of that, off to the side. So it's almost like an X pattern is what I'm trying to do in here. It's like a domino. Think of a domino pattern with 5, I should say. Domino with 5. can you tell that we played a math game today with dice? Because that is on my brain. So I was like, oh yes, I'm kind of making it look like the number 5. All right. And again, just move it around to where you like it. Now I have 2 of these, and I'm going to hold off on them because I'm going to take the other stem that we have, okay? And I am going to cut and again, these baby pine cones, it's going to come over here. So the 2 original were like the center dot on the red, on the 5 center dot. And then this will be down the corner. Now this would be down in this corner. So, or you guys like 4 corners and the free space. So would be also on a bingo card. That would work. All right, so I'm taking this and making my hole into the foam. I'm actually gonna leave my scissor right there so I know where to glue, because it is getting a little full. And remember, I want those pine cones facing the back. Now, I'm going to take it out. I think I'm going to take it out. And you can kind of see, let's see, you can see how it's going. So that's all it is. And like I said, this is what I call the vase filler. And if you don't make it permanent, it can come in and come out. So if you have that special vase that you keep out all season long, this will work perfect for that. You could actually do one of these for every season. All right. And then we can go. All right, so what we have left for our long needle pine are 2 of these. So hello, Linda. Thanks for catching the live. I appreciate you joining us. And honestly, you guys, another reason why I made all of the kits similar in the same scheme is so you can intermix different greenery, different ribbon, anything that you would like to intermix, because they will all coordinate with each other. So don't forget, if you're going to order a kit, don't forget to use Julie 15 so you can save some money. Now with this pine cone, I'm trying to see, this one's like a darker pine cone and these are a little bit lighter, but I kind of like that. I do like this one with this one, so there will be 3 together. All right, so this I'm going to bring. It's really, all right, we're going to bring this down. I'm going to have these. This one's probably going to go up. Actually, watch. You know what? This one's longer. So I'm going to do this. I just flip it around. That will be better. All right, and then cut this one. And remember, these are really thick. And this is definitely something that if you are just new, or you want to try something this fall, if you're new to, I should say, floral design, this is something that would be beginner level to do. So you can give it a try. Again, I'm going to leave my scissor in there just as a guide for this. I can actually pull this up too, so I can get a better look. All right. See, I like the 3 of them together. Oops, now my bow shifted. All right. Don't let my bow shift. I need that right over the edge there. All right, and I kind of want this down. I'm just gonna step back and look at it. And bend. Again, just bend the pine needles however you want. What shape looks good to you? I'm checking the back side as well. I kind of need, all right. So I need this one up here. But on my back side, I need a longer one back here. Pushing this up here. Does anybody have any fun plans for the weekend? I know it's Wednesday. Do you guys remember the commercial? Isn't it, oh, was it a camel that would go hump day? It's hump day. I can't remember. I don't know. That just cracked me up. I remember that commercial. I think it was a camel. All right. So I'm also kind of creating where this side's a little bit down. So it's going to just come up just a tiny bit because the handle is over here as well. And then back side, like I said, right here. So that's where I'm going to use these last two. And with this one though, one pine cone is up there. No, I think it's actually going to be okay. But if I don't like it, I'm going to cut these two off. And I'm going to, if you guys can tell me, and then I'm going to hold it up and get it a little bit closer. Oh, there, you guys can really see it. Do you see this area right here? It goes in a little bit, but I can't bend one of these down because I need it, the height of these, to work with my arrangement to get that through there. So back side, and remember everything here has been like in either four corners in the free space, like a domino or a bingo card, or on a die, the number 5. So, and I said die, not dice. One is a die. It's so funny when the kids are like, what? How do you go? Yes, I know that. All right, I'm gonna leave that. Go. So are you guys glue pot people or glue guns? I was watching a reel, and the wreath designer, she was making a wreath, and it was a glue gun, and I was like, holy cow, I'm so impressed because it was so fast. And she wasn't getting like the strings everywhere. And I'm like, I like my glue pot because I like that binder clip. It just gets everything off. All right. All right. So I go up. I will turn it around and show you what I did in just a second. And okay, so here's kind of how so do you see how the front pine cones, like they're all nestled together? This one is not. So all I'm gonna do, I do like how the pine cones are draping over in the back. All I'm gonna do is cut this. And I'm going to add just a regular floral pick to it on the end, just to make it longer. If you don't have a steel pick machine, this is what you use. You can find these at Michael's. I almost said Joann Fabrics, you guys. Oh, I miss Joann Fabrics. So Hobby Lobby, Michael's has it, or you can order it too online as well. You can get it from like Amazon. And then, you guys, I am really hoping At Home hangs in there. Really hoping. All right, now this should, I'm saying should, be able to pierce. It will. Okay, so this, because it's pointy, will be able to pierce the moss sheet. Like, I love the moss sheets because they're neater, you know, to work with. But there we go. So it is sticking. Let me see if I can pull it out a little bit. Although I just glued it, so it might not work. Probably should have pulled it out a little bit, but I can also manipulate those kind of to move them back in there. All right, so those are front and back. And again, I just position the long needle pine in a way that you like. And my idea is just that diagonal line. Has anybody ever done this before? So I typically, when I just wasn't into wreath making yet, I would just throw the stuff in here and call it good. And now I'm like, oh, the floral foam cube helps tremendously with placement. All right, now we're gonna use the cedar, the Real Touch cedar. Let me get this off. All right. When did you guys get into wreath making? Or designing? I started, oh gosh, I think I'm entering my third year of actually having it as a business. But I started because I realized that I love faux flowers and greenery, and every room of my house has them. And I was like, well, wait a minute, what can I do? And I came across, I really honestly didn't know it was a thing. I knew you could buy wreaths on Etsy and things like that. I just didn't realize how many never showed up in my social media feeds. Like that there's this amazing wreath making community out here. So hello, Sharon. Thank you for catching the live. And I was like, oh, I can do this. So, how many people, like Melissa, have wreath shops. So I just broke that stem into 2. I'm hoping to, oh yes, this will definitely work. I was hoping for at least 5 out of here. I'm going to get more than that. And I'm just cutting where there's natural breaks. Oops, missed that one. There we go. So I'm just cutting where there's natural breaks in the greenery. All right, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. So this will be really good. All right, so my shorter ones, I'm going to have the shorter stems. This one looks pretty short. Yeah, these 2 I think are about the shortest. All right, so the shorter stem, I'm going to put one over here in between these 2, so it will kind of hang over off to the side. And again, and with these, you are just going to poke where you can poke. So, and Sharon, the reason why I'm using my scissors is I used a moss sheet to cover the floral foam. And that is not always the easiest to pierce through with just a stem. All right, so there, now we're getting some more texture in there as well. And again, it's the dark with the light green. So I'm kind of doing my sides first, where I know I'm going to want some extra. And so I would like this to kind of hang down over here. Let me see, will this be? Yep, that'll work. And I'm going to come look at the front over here. So, and you just, oh yeah, until you started searching on YouTube, Melissa said she had no idea it was out there. I have to get better with YouTube. That is definitely a goal of mine. All right, I'm gonna leave that there as a placeholder. I do not use it as much as I should to even search stuff up. And I know people use it like all the time, like for home decor and everything. And like there's certain people that they follow for home decor on YouTube. And I need to get better with that. All right. Melissa, you're really good on YouTube because you go live in there. All right, so I have 4 pieces left. And so I have 4 pieces left, and I am just going to kind of just place them where I think they should go. If you guys see a spot where you guys feel like it should go, let me know. Remember, I want to do the back as well. And then I think right there. So basically, let's see what pattern I did. So I have those 2 down here. So basically it's a diamond shaped pattern. So 1 in the front, 1 in the back, 1 on the side, and 1 over here sticking up. So square, diamond, however you want to do it. And again, sticking the scissors down. Come on. And we're gonna go. So we started November, but we did just finish up October. And I don't know about you guys, but October seems to be our busiest month out of the year, like even including Christmas, like the holiday season. I actually feel like that's actually manageable, but October seems every year we are busy. Now, how are you guys? Like, when's your busiest month? Melissa, I am sure your busiest time was last month and this month with the Christmas rush for supplies. All right, I'm just doing the scissors. I'm going behind those 3 pine cones. And again, just using my scissors back there as my placeholder. Does help. It can be, you do kind of sometimes have to feel where the hole from the scissors was. All right, this is another one that's got to go. And so I got the front. Okay, so this should be it for this. And then, so I got, this one's going in here. Like I said, there is no specific pattern that I can give you for this. It was just where I could visually see the gaps in the long needle pine. All right, there we go. And again, remember, I don't want anything taller than my highest one. And go. I know, you know what, arrangements aren't, because you kind of have to like keep turning and moving, keep turning and moving. I know they're not the most fun to watch because we have to keep turning and moving, but I will turn it back around and we can go. All right. So there we go. So basically I did the cedar down here. And I thought, right, yep. Right, isn't there another one out front? Well, there's, I guess so. It's right, I must have moved it. I moved it right here and that's okay. So it's the diamond kind of shape up here, 2 up front, and then 2 in the back, and then the 1 hanging down over here. Actually, there's 2, it looks like, over here. So maybe that's what happened. It just got moved. And that's fine. It still looks good. And then as you can see, like the back still looks good. So people aren't going to be like, oh, the back isn't finished. And then it has the look. So October was busy. Oh, November is usually the busiest. Hello, Tina. Hang on, I'm gonna come up and see that comment. I've always loved, you started making recent arrangements. Oh, for family members. And yes, you can definitely do that for an income. I will say that's how I started. Do you know, and then when I got to be thinking, I don't know if you guys have read my story on Etsy, but like I realized, whoa, every part of my room has like either like fake greenery, fake flowers. I love it. Those are the aisles I would walk at Michael's and like Hobby Lobby. And then I I made all, like for our wedding, I made all of the centerpieces. So we had different kinds. We had vases like this, and then I had some like topiary kind of arrangements. I had the big altar flowers, and I had seen like it was a live flower, oh my gosh. Whew, you can tell that I worked all day today. Real flowers, and it was just this long garland that was on the altar, and I was like, well, I'm not gonna do real flowers, but I will do faux flowers. And I went around and collected all different colors and types of flowers for that. I did all the bows for the ends of our pews. The only thing I did not do was like my bouquet in like groomsmen boutonnieres and the bridesmaids bouquets, but everything else was faux. Anything that I didn't have to like worry about like on the wedding day or the night before to get ready, that was all me. And I shouldn't say all me, you guys, because I had friends and family helping me. So we have this, which honestly looks nice just itself. But again, I like a little bit of a sparkle. And this one doesn't have glitter on it, but it is a snow flocked, so it just kind of gives it a little bit more sass, I guess you could say, right? A little bit, and then a little bit more dimension. And so now I'm just kind of seeing where I want these to go. I know that I can get three good picks, and then actually this one and this one truly. So I could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 if I wanted to, and I just might do it that way because I'd like to put one of these berries in the center of the bow. And then we'll see about the other 3. And because it's 3, do you guys know what shape I'm thinking with 3? Because I'm always in teacher mode. Like in not design, like wreath design mode, like teacher mode. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and just cut these. We'll do that. So it's gonna be a triangle. And then October. Yes, Tina, they really are. Here's like an up close version. So that was there. And then don't forget, I should say, Tina, I don't think you were at the beginning of the live, but I totally forgot to add these berries to the swag last night. So I did that when I got home from work today, and I uploaded that video to my Facebook page. But these will come in with the kit in the swag, or in the swag kit, I should say. All right. Now with these, this one is a little short, so I can try to add, and I'm coming this way so you guys can see this. So I think I want to add this one. I'm going to add straight up, and it's short, so I'm going to get another one of those floral picks, and that's going to go in the center, like up front. And then these other ones I'm going to put back here because it's a triangle. I want a triangle. And I'm just getting an idea. This is not how it's going to be. And I know I want to put this is going to go right in here. And I will hot glue that in there. And then, no, that's too much over there. All right, so with this, I can see from the front. Do you see how this is really hidden? I like how this one is looking from the front over here. I can see it. So this, I'm just gonna make sure it kind of comes this way. It needs to be cut. And then I do have this little piece left. And if I have a little piece left, I do. I don't really need to use it. You don't have to use it. I don't think I want it there. I don't want it there because I'm going to have this. You know, I'm just going to leave this one off. We don't need it. And I had mentioned last night, I keep a pile back here, all back here, of all the extras, those odd ones that I don't use in a design, because you never know when you're going to need a little filler piece. All right. So this one, I am getting a floral wire. And I don't think any of you guys, I think other than Megan, the rest of you don't live near me, but Megan, twice a year, there's a wholesaler. It's called Craig Bachman, and they have a huge warehouse sale twice a year, spring and fall, and it's in Frankfort, Illinois. And I go. There's only one time I did not go, and that is because I have some right here. We were on spring break, and I missed. Oh no, actually, I take that back. I went on their last day, and I still managed to find something on their very last day. But that's where I will get a lot of my ribbon, because it is half off wholesale prices. In this entire bag, so it was 4-inch floral picks, and they had $15 on it, so it was half off of $15. All right, now remember, this is sharp enough, it will pierce the moss sheet. So we're just gonna go ahead. That greenery. All right. Nope, I need to fix that. There we go. Fix that pine cone. All right, so there we have that in the front. You guys, growing up, I spent a lot of time in northern Wisconsin growing up, and I have to say, this arrangement totally reminds me of the North Woods, just with all the different pine that you would see growing, or for me, like growing up in the forest up there with the pine cones, and then the berries. Oh, all right. I did do a steel pick. So for those of you that are new, this is a steel pick. It's a steel pick machine. I got mine off of Facebook Marketplace because they are expensive unless you can find them. It was not, I had to wait a while before I found one that I liked in my, or that I felt was like in like decent condition, as well as it was close to me. I was not driving everywhere for mine. I was like, no, thank you. I'm not driving an hour and a half. And I found it the next town over. It was a 20-minute drive. I'm like, yay, perfect. And what it was it was a wreath maker that was she was just going out of business. Not going out of business, basically retiring. She used to do tons of craft shows. And she goes, I am just at the age anymore, I can't do craft shows. And she had found success with a certain type of arrangements, and she didn't need her steel pick machine anymore. So when I told her like what I did and what she did, I started following her. She started following me. And all right. Next thing I'm doing is checking for height of the berries, because I want to make sure that one's not too off. They are different heights. I've got like a tall, medium, and large in there. And then for this, we're almost done. My friends, we're almost done. So for this, I'm going to cut, I just want this glued straight in like that into the center of my bow. And part of that is just to kind of help cover up the wire. It's in the center of that. I can either, in order to cover up the wire, I can either do what I'm doing now, or what I will do is take just an end, like an old, I keep that. You can see the glue is there. I will dip this in my glue pot, if it has, and then, so with hot glue, and then I will take it and I will put a little glue right there and then pinch this, and then it covers up the wire. So that's another way to cover up your zip tie. If you use zip ties, or always a little bit of like greenery will work as well, or a little flower, anything like that. This one just happens to be the berries. gonna, oh, you guys. All right. Now, I do need to trim this a little bit more. And I'm trying to decide which way. Yeah, I don't want that. I want to go this way, but I do need to trim this a little bit more. And remember, this is really thick wiring and really thick ribbon. All right. Let me just take a good look at it. It's so cute. All right. Now, I'm going to keep that. I just turn this just a little bit so the pine cones are just a little bit more off to the side. And again, you don't like the pine cones, just pull them out, and then you can just move one of these up there if you want to, or if you don't want the pine cones, we did have that one little piece of the berries left. You could just stick that down in there if you wanted that, but I'm just giving it a good look over. So when I look over this, I am looking, where is my eye drawn to? And my eye is being drawn right here. Right here. So this means I need to do a little manipulating back here. And I can see, so I've got a couple pieces that I can move back here. I can move this one, but do you notice how I've got the cedar and this long one? I can move this one over. Just gonna go behind. And now if I turn from the front, that spot is filled in. Again, it's just where your eye is drawn to. But I'm loving the kind of like over the side and then up. Look. So here's the deal. As much as I think these are cute, well, maybe if I go, oh, maybe if I do that. All right, that's a little bit better. So what I like about the deluxe ribbon is I can give it a good curl and it's gonna stay away from the Santa's face. And I don't have to worry about it losing its shape. It will stay there. I might, just so you know, I might be getting rid of these. And then all I would do if I did get rid of it is put this down there to kind of to cover the hole that would be there. I might, I don't know. I'm gonna wait and see. How many of you guys often do that? Like wait and see. So, but there he is. And again, this kit can be totally intermixed with the other one. So if you don't use all the pieces, you can do something little. I thought we would have some left over for me to do that little tiny Santa cup, but we don't. So we used it all, my friends. Do you guys have any questions? Any questions at all? Definitely don't forget, if you're going to order a kit, I highly recommend doing it sooner than later so they don't sell out. Or if you're going to order a couple kits, don't forget to use Julie 15. And you guys, you can use Julie 15 anytime. It doesn't have to just be on these kits. It doesn't have to be this week. If you decide next month you need to order some cedar branches, if Melissa still has it in stock, go ahead and use Julie 15. It will be there. Oh, did you guys enjoy this? Like with the kits, so you guys can get an idea, learn what goes together, what doesn't go together. I know sometimes like when you're picking from the website, it's really hard to visualize what goes well together. And I will tell you, like with Melissa, I said, okay, from the website, like this looks good. But you've got your final eye because she can really see the product in person and know what goes really well together. So, well, thank you. Love it too. I will get good pictures of this in the daylight tomorrow. Super excited. Just have to work a half a day tomorrow. So even if a teacher is sick, I still get to work half a day because it's a half a day for the kids. It's conference week, my friends. So up here in Northern Illinois, I don't know about in your area, but the week after Halloween is traditional for most of our public schools and our private schools. They have conferences this week. So yes, they're all really busy and putting in long hours. And here's me, right? I just go home with the school. It's like the best schedule ever. So I'm not complaining at all. It's really fun. But you guys, I appreciate you all being here. Thank you so much for supporting Melissa and I in this new adventure. This is new for her, putting together kits as well. If you would love to see more kits, please let us know. And if there is a certain season kit that you want to go, I know Mardi Gras is coming up, and then after that we have Easter or Valentine's Day. If there is something that you would like to see, or a certain design, like a product that you want to see. We did the swag, we did the wreath, and we did the vase filler. And like I said, here's the best thing about this, right? Because I didn't secure it, out it comes. So it's out. And then I just had to pull the painter's tape out, and I probably don't even need the painter's tape in there now. I just put it in there to hold the floral foam. But now that I'm done, it doesn't hold it very well, but I can do that. And then put it right back in. Just make sure my bow is over the handle, and we are good to go. And let's say you break your pitcher, well, you will find a new one, and then you can just drop this right in. All right, my friends, have a fantastic Wednesday. I will not see you live. Normally, I am live here on Friday afternoons. I might be live Friday morning, but it definitely will not be in the afternoon. So I look forward to the next time that I see you. It will not be Saturday either. Maybe Sunday if I don't make it live on Friday morning, but I'm sure going to try for Friday morning. All right, guys, have a fantastic Wednesday, and I will see you soon.